Hello and welcome. My name is Dylan Ewan and I'm a recruitment officer here at Vancouver Island University. We are here today to do a Tuesday tour at 2. Today we are actually touring the Dr. Ralph Nielsen Center for Health and Science, also known as Building 210. This building here hosts our chemistry program and also our nursing programs. We are wearing masks today. There actually is students in the labs here today, so part of the health and safety protocol is wearing a mask when you're entering and exiting the building. So you'll see all the students and faculty in here wearing masks, so we just want to respect that. So today we are all in masks just to try to keep that going. I'd like to start this off by, of course, acknowledging the fact that we're on the traditional territory of the Coast Salish Nations. I'd like to thank them for allowing us to live, laugh, learn, and grow on the traditional unceded territory. Follow me and let's go check out some of the features of this building. So some of the coolest parts about this building is the fact that there's tons of student seating. As you can see all around us here, there is lots of places for students to sit. There's really good natural lighting coming in this building as well, so you get to wave to your friends going by as they're walking to class or whatnot. And then of course, back behind me, we have a traditional Coast Salish totem pole carved by William Good. A really beautiful place to kind of tie the room in here. So follow me, let's check out the classroom. So this is what a traditional classroom in this building looks like. As you can see, the desks are a little bit far apart. I'm assuming that's to do with some of the social distancing that was going on in here for some of the classroom learning earlier in the year. Trying to keep everything, everyone's 6 feet apart and keep those protocols in place. We have the rest of the chairs that the class would usually use positioned right here. But this is it. This is the size of an average classroom at VIU. This is actually one of our newer buildings as well. This was just opened up in 2018. So everything in here is pretty modern. All of the design and all the furniture and that sort of stuff is pretty new. But this is it. This is what you're looking at for a classroom. As you can see, fairly spacious design, intimate learning environments here. So this is kind of what you can expect when you come to VIU. Let's go check some other areas out. So this building does have 4 floors and there's lots of stairs, so forgive us for all the amounts of stairs that we're going to see, but that's just part of the building. This is another great student-focused area here. There's lots of seating available for students, so if you want some time to study and have a break in between class, you want some really nice lounge chairs to sit at and get a really good view. We have all of those here available for students. There's even a private study room down at the end of the hall where there's going to be a microwave and some kitchen stuff there for students. Leisure to be able to use there. Let's poke on in here and see one of our bigger classrooms here in the building. So as you can see, this is a bigger classroom than what you've traditionally seen on these tours so far. This here is our Island Savings classroom. It's for bigger lectures, more people, or different events. It's used oftentimes when we have guest speakers or anything like that that requires a little bit bigger attendance for students here. It's a fairly uniquely designed building. As you can see, there's big panoramic windows in the back where you can see people going up and down the stairs. And I think you can actually see my office up there as well. But it's got really good natural lighting in here. Great place for students to come and learn. Really awesome area here. So let's go on and check some more areas out. Perfect. And today we have a special guest joining us today who's going to show us some of the nursing simulator labs. Barbara, please take it away.
All right. Well, hello. For those of you who will be coming into nursing for the first time in September, these are the larger nursing labs where you will learn your skills like taking blood pressures and those kinds of things, but you will only be in here a few times during the school year. For those of you coming back for a second or third year, we have made many changes based on the necessities for COVID, of course. One of the first ones being, as soon as you enter the building, you should be wearing a mask, and it is a non-medical mask, so make sure you have one of those before you start in September. You have to, when you enter the building, come in your street clothes, change into your uniform here in the building. Downstairs there are some change rooms for, there's a shower room and some washrooms. And then when you come up to third floor, we will be exercising physical distancing of the usual 6 feet or 2 meters. And in the classrooms, in the labs, we have, for those of you in second year, you may have been in classes of 24 to 36 people before, but now you will be down to a class of 9. And instead of being here for a full 3 hours, you'll be here for approximately an hour. So come on in and I'll show you some of the other changes we've made. So this is one of our big nursing labs where you will come to learn your skills. We have all of the stations cordoned off so that there is one student per station. We have a projector and screen in case there is new theory for you to learn during your class, but the labs are primarily set up for you to practice your skills. So you will learn how to do a catheter, for example, or give an injection, and this is where you will learn how to do that. There'll be one door for entering, a separate door for exiting. While in here, of course, you will continue to wear your masks, and the instructors will also be masked, and some will have face shields and the whole ball of wax. So come on down this way, and I'll show you how the stations are set up. So each station is set up, and you can see there's one on either side. There is a table, an overbed table, a chair, a bedside table, and a mannequin. We've unfortunately had to take, they're buck naked, as we have had to take the linens off the beds and off the mannequins, again, because of COVID. So what'll happen is you will come into your station, you will learn what you need to learn, and practice what you need to practice, and then you will have to help wash down the station before you leave for the next student when they come in after you. So that's basically how the labs are going to run in these big labs. So we have enough stations for 9 students rather than the usual 24 to 36 that you're used to. And each station will be a fully contained area for each student. So come on this way. I'm about to take you into the simulation labs, and unfortunately the simulation labs won't be as utilized as they were in the past, before pre-COVID, because it requires that students work together in a very small confined space. So we're working on how to massage that for COVID. But I can show you what it looks like now and what hopefully it'll look like again after COVID. I haven't taken everything down, like I haven't taken the linens off the beds or anything like that, but they would look much the same as what the current labs look like. But this is what it normally looks like. It is a large nurses station, and we have computer stations set up, which we haven't used much of in the past, but we will be using in future. And then I can take you into one of our rooms. So this is our high fidelity simulator. His name is Frank. And we have 2 different kinds of simulators. We have medium fidelity and high fidelity. Frank's not doing anything right now because he's not turned on, but the fidelity refers to how closely they resemble a human. Medium fidelity means they can do some things, but not all things. So our medium fidelities, which are over in the other room, you can hear them breathe, but you won't see their chest rise and fall. You can do a blood pressure, but only in one arm, that kind of thing. But Frank, our high fidelity, he means that he does as much as we can get a robot to do for us right now. So you can do a blood pressure on either side. You will see his chest rise and fall when he breathes. The thing that really weirds people out about Frank is that he blinks when he's turned on. So people have to get over that when they come into the sim labs. So it's set up like a typical hospital room, and students normally would come in here and do all the things that they would do for a patient in the hospital. Because of COVID, we're going to have to pare that down, of course. Once we actually get students in here, I'll have to take all the linens off the bed, just like they are in the larger labs. We'll have all of our written material will be laminated, that kind of thing, so that they can be usually cleaned off in between times. So there will be simulation of some sort come September. It will just be scaled back by quite a bit. So first year students, unfortunately, you don't get to come in here. The first year students do come in, but not until April of every year. So hopefully we'll be able to bring you back in here in April. The second year students, we will be doing simulation, but it will be on a strictly volunteer basis. So it will not be required as part of your classes, but it will give you extra opportunity for practice with a simulated patient. So that's what we have for you here in the labs and in the simulation suites. Do you have any questions or anything I should address?
No.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you in September, and we'll be having a mixture of online and in-person classes for your labs only. Everything else will be, for the nursing program, will be moved online. So thanks, everybody.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Barbara, and thank you so much, Frank, as well, for being such a good patient. So let's go upstairs and see.
He's exhausted, so it's a good thing you're leaving.
You look pretty tired. So we're going to head upstairs now and check out some of the chemistry classrooms that we have and what to expect if you're a chemistry student coming here at VIU. So this is where a lot of the chemistry labs are going to be, as well as faculty offices. If you actually peek your head in here, this is our Applied Environmental Research Lab. You can see some students working on some stuff in there right now. As you can see, the door is locked and everything's closed up due to COVID-19. And there's some pretty strict health and safety protocols going in there. That's a real lab. That's kind of what you'd see as a student here at VIU. Let's come on down here and I can show you where some of the faculty offices and more labs are. As a chemistry student, you're not only going to be able to utilize the labs and some of the different things we have here, we also have really cool pieces of technology like our mass spectrometer, which can essentially detect microscopic pieces of chemicals in the air or in the water or anything like that. So it's pretty cool, pretty awesome opportunities here for chemistry students. And of course, after all of the stairs, I will mention this is an accessible building. We do have elevators going all the way from the ground floor all the way up. We just chose to do it the hard and sweaty way today by taking the stairs. Usually this here would be unlocked, but of course due to COVID-19, everything's a little bit shut down here. This is where you go to meet with faculty. This is all the faculty offices. If we actually peek out here, this is one of the better views that you can see. We got tons of natural light, and you can see all the way down throughout all of the floors here. And I think that about sums it up for today's Tuesday tour at 2. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. We hopefully can see you guys next week. Tune in for a Tuesday tour at 2. Thank you.